Okay. Hi, Dr. Lambert. Hope life is treating you well. This is my sister, Josie. She has kindly volunteered to be my lesson buddy. We only have the one French horn, so I hope that works okay, because that's what we're doing. So, all right. How has your day been, Joe?
It's been great, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I went shopping with a friend. Yeah, I'm packing.
And packing for a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going on a choir tour to Disneyland next week.
Disneyland.
Actually, it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Actually, tomorrow?
Actually, it's tomorrow. It's not next week, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. That's awesome. So you're going with your choir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what choirs are you in?
I'm in the chamber choir at my high school, which is like
The top.
the top choir.
That's awesome. All right, so since you're in chamber choir, I guess you're pretty good at reading music. You're pretty good at singing, I guess.
I'm good at singing.
Good.
Not necessarily great at reading music. So.
All right, but at least okay.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Okay. All right, so today we're going to be learning some basics on the French horn.
Okay.
Besides singing, have you had any other instrumental experience, any brass experience?
Haven't had any brass experience, except, well, my dad tried to make me play the bugle when I was a kid. I did also try to learn the piano, but that didn't work out.
There you go. Well, that's all good because I'm also brand new to brass instruments as well, so I feel that. All right, so first we're going to learn about just taking it out of the case. There are a few important things that we can look at to make sure that we open the case right side up, because if we open it upside down, things will fall and break and be sad. So, the first thing you're going to want to look for is if there's a brand. Since this is an older case, it just has the Cedar City music department stuff on it. But that's almost like a brand, right? Because, just kidding, it's on the other side too. Never mind. Okay. Another thing is that the handle is almost always going to be on the bottom half of your case. If you look, this is a bigger part and this one's smaller. So again, the bigger half is going to be the bottom of your case. Mm-hmm. And also if you look at the latches, they're going to open up, right? They're not going to open down. That would be kind of confusing. So we put it lovely just like this. We undo our latches. And there is our French horn. Luckily it is strapped in because heaven knows we need it. So when you're pulling it out, you just want to make sure you can kind of see right now, because it's an older horn where it's been worn. You're pretty okay to just take a good hold of it. So we've got the main body, we have the horn, and then we have our mouthpiece. Those are our two pieces for the French horn. And as you can also tell, this case, little flimsy, it will just rock if you let it go, so I always just keep my foot on it. So we'll go ahead and close that up. So then putting in the mouthpiece is actually very easy. You just plop it right in and it will stay. You don't push it in, you don't twist it in, it doesn't need to. It just sits right like that. Holding the French horn, you take your left hand and we have the nice hook right here that's going to be for your pinky. We have the trigger right here that's for your thumb, and 1, 2, 3. So luckily all of your fingers are occupied. Then something that's a little weird about the French horn that's not any other brass instrument is you're actually going to take your right hand and with a slightly cupped position, you're actually going to place it inside the horn. And then you're just going to kind of have it off to the side like this so you can blow into it. So yay, party time. That's the basic assembly of a French horn. So before I have you go and do it, what are some things that you think could apply to a French horn or playing an instrument in general that you already have learned in choir and singing?
Air support.
Definitely. So making sure that you get good deep breaths, that you're not taking them from your shoulders, right? You've got it right down here. All right, that's good. Anything else?
Probably. I just can't remember.
So maybe something like tone quality, right? We also want to make sure that we have a good tone quality. So for a brass instrument, it's a little bit different than it is for singers, because you want to have a warm sound is what we call it. So if you breathe on your hand, if you breathe through an ooh, breathe on your hand. Does that feel kind of chilly, right?
Yeah.
It's not hot air. But if you go, it's hot air, right? So that warm air is what we want when we're doing a brass instrument, because it gives it that warm tone. So we've already talked about breathing. We also want to make sure that we've got good posture, all that stuff. The next thing I want to talk to you about is what we call an embouchure, which is just our lip position. So for the French horn, and for most brass instruments, what you want to do is you want to make an M. So if you're like, almost like you're humming. And then when we play with the mouthpiece, it's not necessarily just blowing. You want your lips to be vibrating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's something I kind of was showing you earlier where we almost just go like, right? We want to make that kind of sound, right? You want to try that? Perfect.
Nailed it.
All right, you
Winner.
nailed it. All right.
Doing
So
the
that's
best.
kind of the basic that we want to be thinking about as we're playing. All right. So I'm going to give this to you
Lovely.
to open up.
Okay.
So we make sure
Good
it's
heavens.
facing the right way. Very good. There's 3. Perfect.
Where's that end? That. Just getting your phone out. Lovely.
Very good. And your mouthpiece. All right. Spin it around. All right, very good. All right, so then let's get just the proper hand position. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. So then before we're going to make a sound, I actually want you to take out the mouthpiece and hand me the horn. So remember we were talking just a minute ago about the embouchure.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want you to do is actually try and make a sound just on the mouthpiece, making with that M embouchure, you've got a flat chin, and just try and make a sound just with the mouthpiece.
Hold on.
There, it was close. There you go.
Love
Perfect.
Winner.
All right. So that's what we're going to want to do with the French horn. So now I'm going to give it back to you.
Okay.
That's gross.
Well, I touched the inside, so it's never good. Never a good idea.
All right, so then we've got it in position. Yep. Bring it up to your head a little bit more. Perfect. All right. So then that same thing. Listen to those sounds. That's the spit. You're welcome. Okay.